Hey guys, you are welcome to today's webinar. So today we are going to be talking about how to get paid thousands of dollars every month working for foreign clients as a freelancer in Nigeria. Now, basically, I choose a long title of it because I want you guys to understand that this works even if you're in Nigeria and you're going to sit from your house wherever you are in Nigeria, wherever you want to be in Nigeria, and be getting paid thousands of dollars every month working for foreign clients / companies and clients, okay? Even if you don't have a skill or you have not been paid in dollars before. So this also works even if you don't have a skill and you've not actually been paid in dollars before. What it simply means is that even if you don't have a skill yet, or you've not been paid in dollars, or maybe you are a freelancer, but you are being underpaid, you're making anything from $500 below a month, then this is for you. Even if you're making $1,000 a month below, you're still going to be seeing massive progress. What I'll be showing you guys in this webinar today, okay? So let's move forward. The goal of this webinar is to help you understand what freelancing is and see through the numerous possibilities of working with foreign clients, guys. Because basically, what I want you guys to understand going forward is that working with foreign clients means you get paid in dollars. Getting paid in dollars means that you are getting a first world income in a third world country, right? So even if you get paid $100, that's basically 57,000 naira at today's exchange rates. That's good money. And let's say it's a very small work, like write me an email or write me 2 emails, and you do that. You're getting paid 57,000 naira for it. And there's so much upside to this. We're going to be revealing it to you guys in this webinar. And if you stay until the end of this webinar, you will learn things like what freelancing is and how you can get started. You have to find foreign clients and companies that will pay you in dollars, how to position yourself as a Nigerian freelancer to attract international clients, how to choose a profitable skill to sell as a freelancer, and how to choose what niche to work in as a freelancer, and so much more, guys. So without much more talk, let's get into it. So what makes this difference? It's simple. What makes this difference is, number one, you're going to be learning from someone who has actually achieved everything he's teaching you here, like basically thousands of dollars have made online with freelancing. And you will learn from someone who has taught hundreds of students how to get the same result. My students have made thousands of dollars monthly too, and you will get it, you will learn everything here. And also, this makes it different because this is a method of earning money online that anyone can do, even if you're a complete beginner, even if you don't have the skill. It just takes you time to learn it. It just takes some time to learn it and dedicate to it, okay? So let's get in. And before we get started, I would like to introduce myself, okay? So my name is Walter Enyinnaya. I'm a top-rated plus freelance copywriter. I'm a 7-figure freelancer in Naira. I've mentored over 400 plus students that have collectively made over $250,000 in gigs in the last 7 months with what I have taught them. Basically, I'm not saying that this is individually, they collectively. So when you add the gigs people have made, and the ones we've calculated so far is over $250,000 in gigs. I'm also a client acquisition expert. So with that being said, let's keep moving forward. And here is how it all began. You see, I want you guys to understand something. I didn't just wake up one day and I was a 7-figure freelancer in Nigeria making millions every month. No, I wasn't. I was actually a broke university student back in 2018. I was working with low-paying Nigerian clients. I was being underpaid. I was a struggling copywriter. If you see this picture right here, this was me at my lowest. You can see how my face looks and everything. And then if you look at the background, this is actually a mud house, which I was staying in as at this point. So basically, guys, I want you to understand that it doesn't matter whether you're in fact, at this point, let me also mention this. I was actually a dropout of the University of Calabar. So I want you guys to understand that it doesn't matter if you have a degree, whether wherever you are right now, so long as you have a phone or a laptop, this will work for you. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you have a degree, a skill, or any of these things. Okay. Now the story behind this was basically when I got online, I wanted to find a way to make money. So I heard about copywriting, right? And now copywriting is the act of writing words that get people to take action. So I heard that you could earn thousands of dollars as a copywriter, and I was excited for this, right? So what I did was I got into it. But my first clients I got were 3 Nigerian clients, and I'll never forget this because one was selling cakes, the other was selling clothes, and the other was selling cosmetics, right? And I was working for these guys. I was posting their products. They would send me the pictures. I'll post their products. I will write the caption for their products. I'll write other captions. I will list it on Facebook Marketplace. I was doing so many things for these guys, basically. I was answering their DMs too, basically, like a virtual assistant. And a lot more of this, right, guys? So what this did for me was that it burnt me out. It was so much work, and they were paying me 10,000 naira each of them. So I was earning basically 30,000 naira every month. And at some point, I could not do it again because number one, it felt like I was drowning in life. This is not what I expected. I expected more of myself. I was staying in a mud house. I had nothing to my aim and the rest of that. And then after that burnout, after I got exhausted, I felt like I had almost like a mental breakdown. I realized that I can't keep doing this. This is so much stressful for the amount of pay, and it's not something I'm really feeling passionate about. Now, a lot of you guys will be like passionate, but sometimes you need to get paid well, like it's not your passion. I'm sure you understand what I mean. So basically, what I did was I'm going to start working with foreign clients since they pay better, right? So I started looking for clients, and the first foreign clients I found was on the Facebook group. They were about e-commerce, and I offered him, I'll write your product description for you, and he paid me $100. Okay, as at back then, $100 was 36,000 naira. So basically, this project took me, the project and everything took me about 3 days to complete. Now, guys, imagine this. This was where everything changed for me. I was earning 30,000 naira per month, but I did a 3-day job that had less stress and the rest of that for a foreign client, and I was paid $100, 36,000 naira. This was above what I was earning in a month, guys. Once I tasted this, I knew that freedom was close and I wouldn't have to work for any Nigerian clients again. Until to date, I don't even work with Nigerian clients. Everything I'm going to be showing you guys here, it's all about getting foreign clients, not Nigerian clients. Okay, I'm not saying yes, there are very, very few Nigerians who get paid. And you know how Nigerians are. You have to be on the caliber, you have to be recommending all this kind of stuff, right? So you don't want that, okay? So basically, after this, I started getting jobs, single projects within $100 to $300, right? This was cool stuff. I was at $300, that was 108,000 naira then. I was seeing decent money, but I wanted more. And so I took, if you know him, Andrew Bukolo's course, I took it, improved my copywriting game. I also learned from my second mentor, Mr. Mayers. And what I did was I combined both their teachings and I was able to start landing high-paying clients at one of the highest levels, right? So the first client I got was at $1,000. As at then, it was 360K. And over time, it just kept increasing. I was closing jobs at $1,000. I closed jobs at $2,000 per month, closed a job at $5,000, closed a job above that. And I just kept going up and it's been phenomenal. Now, this is basically the story, and this can be your story too, guys. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that it doesn't matter if you're starting from the bottom or anywhere, this can work for you. So let's move forward. Okay, so this is me actually in 2021, being able to afford the lifestyle I want, and being able to work my own hours, and being able to meet people of high caliber. If you know him, this is Akela, but he's a senator and the rest of that. I've met quite a number of them and the rest of that, guys. This is basically me doing things I've always wanted to do. I couldn't do when I was earning low as a freelancer. So this is why it's important to pay attention to what I'm teaching you guys in this class, because if you start freelancing and what you are doing is that you are earning low, it's going to feel like you're working in 9 to 5 really, really fast. Because imagine a beginner. As a beginner now, you have the capacity to earn at least, even if it's too small, $500, right? $500 is 270,000 naira today's estimate. But we're looking at 1,000 naira, that's 570K, I'll be 500 this thing. Yeah, 570K, guys. So imagine that as a beginner, you're earning that all, but imagine if you don't do these things right and you are now charging low and you're making highest 100K a month. It's not really worth it. Even if you're working remotely, at least work remotely, see the life, be able to afford the things you want, furnish your house the way you want, be able to say, I'm gonna work on stressful today. Let me go to Echo Hotel, right? Let me go to this high-end restaurant. Let me go to this hotel and go and eat, right? You'll be able to afford certain things and almost everything you want. Obviously, it's not everything you want, but things will help you to be able to afford the lifestyle you want. And before we continue, and what I'm trying to say is that what I'm going to teach you guys in this actually works. And not only has it worked for me, it has worked for countless of my clients, okay? Now, what would you want to do? Would you like to go through the hard process I went that took me some years to achieve these processes, or would you like to choose the easy way and move straight forward to it, right? That would be your decision. And just to show you that this works, here's a glimpse of some of the results my students have gotten, right? So you can see over here, this is contract, accepted, category content writing, expires January, December, and hourly rate is $15 per hour, 40 hours per week. Now at $15 per hour, you are earning 750 dollars every week. In a month, you're making $3,000. $3,000 at the current exchange rate is 1.5 million naira. Does this give you guys an idea of how lucrative this stuff is. And I'm showing you this because it doesn't work only for me, it has worked for other of my students, right? So you guys will get to even see my profile and I've made so much money from this. My students have made so much money from this, and you too can make so much money from this if you learn everything I'm going to be teaching you guys. All right, so you go over here, you can see Oliver talks about, bro, man, I just want to say thanks. The course you taught, my elder brother earns at least 600,000 naira monthly after studying the course. Imagine the cost of 25,000 naira, turning someone into a millionaire. Thanks, man. God bless you. And you can see that this is stuff because 600,000 naira is basically around $1,200 every month. And it seems like small money when you mention $1,200, but when you come back to the Nigerian currency, you see that you're making a shitload of money, right? Money to be able to take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, be able to afford things, be able to show people who have said, oh no, what is this guy or this girl doing in their life? Are they a failure or whatever it is? You'll be able to do this, right? So these are the things I want you guys to understand. Because at my lowest, when I was in my mom house and struggling with this thing, everyone asked me, hey, wait, what's happening now? What's going on? And you could see the disappointment in their eyes, basically. You could see that they were like, oh, is this guy going to make it? And me, I just had to keep my head down, continue doing what I was doing. And today we can actually thank God for the results, okay? So let's move forward. Now, let's get started. Now, what is freelancing and how can we get started, right? Now, freelancing is the act of providing service to multiple clients or businesses and get paid in return for it. So as a freelancer, you are someone who has a skill. It can be content writing, copywriting, article writing. It doesn't have to only be writing. It can be web design, graphics design. It can be video editing, any of these things. Basically, you take it and you offer it to more than one client, right? You offer it to more than one client or company and you get paid for this. Now, the benefits of you being able to do this, it's simple. You being able to do this simply means that, how do I put this? You can set your own prices, right? So let's say I am a graphic designer, but I work with only Dangote. So Dangote is paying me like 500,000 a month. But now let's say I'm a freelancer and I'm also a graphic designer and I'm a freelancer. So I say each client I'm going to work with for their graphics design, they're going to pay me over 250,000 naira per client. So if I want to make 2.5 million naira in a month, all I have to do is I have to make time and work with 10 clients that month and I'll make 2.5 million naira. So you see how much more leverage you have than working with that. And obviously you have to also think that on this side, we're earning in dollars. So something as small as $500 per gig with 10 clients a month is $5,000 per gig. Now $5,000 is around 2 something million. You can see how easily achievable this is because closing a $500 gig, it's easy. Like it's actually easy. It's not even difficult. It's not even a high paying gig. If you're talking about high paying gig, you're talking about things from $2,000 upwards. Okay, so let's keep moving forward, guys. Now okay, sorry about that. Let's get back to this. I didn't explain how can you get started as a freelancer. You can get started as a freelancer. One, you need to get a skill. Now I know you're like, well, what can I tell you even if I don't have a skill? Yes, I'll show you how you can get a skill easily. Okay, later on in this class. And the next thing you can also do after you get a skill, you want to find clients. Now, where are you going to find clients? You're going to find these clients on freelance platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Google.com, and the rest of that. These are one way you can find them. I call these places the small ponds, and I'll tell you why I call them the small ponds. Freelance platforms like these I mentioned just a few seconds ago are small ponds because basically, there are few big fishes in this. And by big fishes, I mean big paying clients, payers who are willing to pay you 5,000 above, 2,000 above, and the rest of that, right? And also, there are a lot of freelancers like you. So let's say you do content writing, you're a content writer, and you see a job that the client wants to pay you $1,000 or $2,000 per month. You see other freelancers are also there. Some of them might have had 5 years experience, some of them have this, and you just have 2 years experience. Now, I'm not saying you are obviously at a disadvantage when you take that in, right? And if you're better than them, obviously, you will also get jobs. You get jobs on freelance platforms, that's for sure. But what I'm trying to say is that it's a lot harder than it should be when you go to the big point, which I'll talk about briefly. But first, I want to let you guys know that I'm not going to be teaching you anything about Fiverr here. I don't recommend it. The only freelance platform that I have used, tested, and trusted, and I'm recommending for you is the Upwork platform, guys. When you understand this, so use the Upwork platform, guys, because it's easier. So basically, Fiverr has a model where as a beginner, you are made to price your gigs very, very low and the rest of that if you want to rank high. So these are the things you are looking at. And it's so much stressful because another reason why you don't want to work, don't want to solely focus on freelance platforms is because let's say you have a target now, like you've learned everything I'm going to show you guys here. And you have a target that you want to make $3,000 in a month. Now, to get that, you want clients to pay you. You also want to work with 3 clients to pay you $1,000 per project or per job, right? And on freelance platforms, there's no guarantee that all the jobs you see will be around $1,000, right? And the ones you see around $1,000, more people will be competing with it for you and the rest of that. So there's no guarantee that the jobs that will be appearing on your feed and you'll be able to apply to are going to be worth $1,000. Because one thing that I always have, that one thing that's quite common on this platform is simple: supply exceeds demand, so the price goes down. Right? There are more freelancers, and Indians. Have you met Indians? These guys want to do a job of $1,000 or $50 for the person, and stuff like that. So, guys, these are the things you're looking at. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And this is sorry, I didn't talk about sorry about that, guys. I didn't talk about big ponds. Now, the big ponds are the social media channels, right? You can do this either by cold mailing, writing cold emails. You can do this by being on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or Facebook, right? Now, this is simple. There's different ways you can get clients on this platform. So I'll be showing you guys later on in this class. Basically, it's through inbound content and outbound listing. Now, inbound, let's talk about it right now, actually. So inbound basically is you getting leads into your funnel by writing helpful posts to entrepreneurs and those who are relevant, who are your ideal prospects that you want to work with. Now, outbound, on the other hand, is basically you reaching out to them. And why inbound is good and brings in people, because obviously if someone comes to you, you can negotiate a higher price, but sometimes you have to wait pretty long. Outbound is something that can get you a job in as fast as 1 week or less, or 2 weeks or less, right? So basically, this is you going into the DMs of people. Let's say you're a content writer. If you want to work with a company, you say a company can help you. You first thing you do is you find out the decision maker. So it can be the chief content editor, it can be the marketing officer, the main marketing listing, it can be the CEO. You connect with them and show them your value. And obviously, you need templates and stuff to show them your value. I'll show you guys how you can get that later on in this class. And that's basically it. Or you can see a client who is starting a business, but their content isn't looking so nice, and you can help them do this. And that's what you do. Okay. So let's move on to the next one, which we talk about. We have to find foreign clients as companies that will pay you for your money in dollars. And I believe I already answered that. I just talked about freelance platforms and the small ponds and the big ponds. And I believe that answers the question on this. Okay. So let's get down to the next one. How to position yourself as a Nigerian freelancer to attract international clients. Basically, to attract international clients, you need to be at the right place at the right time, and showing them that you are of value and not just because sometimes some of these guys have read imaginations of Africa. You don't want to fit into that category. You want to be like really expert, the defier, and the rest of that. Okay. So what I'm going to show you here is basically you position your method, you position yourself in a way that when they get on your LinkedIn profile, they get on your Upwork profile, they get on whatever platform you're using to get clients from. They're like, oh, this guy knows his stuff, and I believe he can help my business. And once they've decided that in their head, you charging them $1,000 and above is not going to be difficult at all. That's the main thing about positioning yourself as a Nigerian freelancer to attract clients. Okay, so with this, you'll be able to work with clients all over the world, from USA, UK, Germany, different time zones. What was the name of it? Germany, Australia, Singapore, so many of that, right? You will be able to work with clients, and they will pay you in dollars, guys, because dollars is like the world currency. So when you convert it, when you pay, you convert it to your Nigerian naira or whatever they see and you see that you're making huge sums of money, right? So let's continue now. How to choose a profitable skill to sell as a freelancer. Now, basically for this, I will have to show you some things so you can get into it. Okay, so what I'd love to show you guys here, it's simple. So let's go to my Google Docs. I believe I talked about this recently. So let's see what we can find. And this is basically how you choose a profitable skill to sell as a freelancer. Okay, so the first thing you want to look at is the pay in the industry. Guys, I want you to be honest with yourself. I don't want anyone to come and say, but we are looking for money, guys, and that's fine. It's okay if you want to make more money. And that's the main thing, but making more money makes life easier for you, for your family, for your loved ones, and everything. So the first thing you want to look at is the pay in the industry. You want to see an industry where a lot of money is going in. And now for this kind of industries, what you're looking at is the relationship industry, the health industry, and the finance industry. Now, under the finance industry, you can get crypto, forex, investments, make money online, and the rest of that, course creators and the rest of that. And you can offer your services to them, whether you're a content writer, copywriter, video editor, graphics designer, UI UX designers, people in this company, in this industry, all across all the industries. need you to do something for them, right? They need your skill. This is why you want to make sure that the skill that you are choosing has demand and the rest of that. Now, the next thing you look at is the barrier of entry. The barrier of entry basically is, number one, how easy is it to get into this industry, right? And number two, how easy is it? Let's say you are a newbie and you're looking for, you're looking at what industry can I assimilate better? What can I understand easily? And those type of stuff. So you want to look at it and be like, you can say, oh, I don't really understand crypto, so let me just do health, because let me just enter the health industry and offer my service as a content writer because I'm a medical copywriter, right? And because I studied biochemistry, you can be like that, or because I studied medicine and surgery, you want to work with that. And there are so many ways you help these people who are bringing out supplements and the rest of that make sales, guys. So this is what you do. And the next thing you want to do is you want to demand, you want to check if there is demand for your services, okay? You want to check if there is demand for your services. Now, you don't want to get into an industry, or you don't want to learn a skill and you find out that there's no demand for this skill. Okay. So I think I just mixed up a little bit of things, but we will dive back. But let's get down with this. Now, you don't want to check if there is demand. You find there's no demand for it. That's why you want to check if there is demand for it. And jobs that there are always high demand for, like I mentioned earlier, UI UX design, copywriters, video editors, graphic designers, and the rest of that. You are able to fit into any industry and offer them value. So guys, I was talking about this basically is the three main focus you want to focus when you're choosing a niche to work in, whatever niche you want to work in, like industry, and what skill you can. So going back to this, the barrier of entry for choosing your skill, I think I started talking about the industry in this aspect, was you want to make sure it's something you can understand. So if you are more prone to writing, maybe you're an introvert or you're an extrovert who's really good with words, you can go for copywriting, content writing, and the rest of that. And it doesn't matter if you're any of these, you can always learn how to write. Now, if you feel like you want to do designs, you can go for designs. And you need a laptop for that, right? There are certain skills you can actually do with your phone, and there are skills you cannot do with your phone. Something like UI UX design, you can't do it with your phone, right? So you can go for that. That's your barrier of entry, and the rest of that. How quickly can you assimilate these things to then this? And then the pay in the industry is also the pay in the skill for your skill, right? Copywriters and content writers are not paid the same. When a content writer is earning like $2,000, a copywriter can be earning like $5,000. Basically, because they are more valuable and the service they offer are more valuable. So you want to look at that pay in the skill and choose it. Okay, I've mentioned so many skills you guys can use to do this, like you guys can use to actually do this. Okay, so let's move forward to this. Let's continue. So this is how you choose a profitable skill as a freelancer. And I've shown you guys also basically just now how to choose what niche to work in. Like I said, it's the pay. You check out the pay in that industry, in that niche, check out the barrier of entry for that niche, and you check out the demand, okay? How to choose what niche to work in a freelancer, right? I believe I've taken care of that. Now that's it, guys. And you would agree with me that this has been a great time spent so far. Like, I can't cover everything up in today's webinar. It's created for an hour, and even if you had all day, I can't teach you guys everything in my head to get everyone to get to it, right? So if now that you are here with me, I have a special offer so you can get everything you need to know. And if you act fast today, I'm going to give you a special deal, okay? So basically, let's get started. But before I proceed, I would love you to know, don't let old habits stop you from taking advantage of this. Don't let go, oh, is this thing real? Can I do it myself? And the rest of that. I will let you guys know. I will answer frequently answered questions and the rest of that at the end of this, okay? Don't let fear stop you from taking advantage of this and the rest of that, guys. You want to actually that's basically what I want. It's ultimately your decision, but I'm giving you a suggestion of what you should do, okay? So the next thing you want to do is, with that said, I'd love to personally invite you to the High Paid Freelancer Premium Program. Now, this program was brought by me. I started this program last year, August. And since last year, August to this year, we've had over 400 plus students. I think last time we have over 500 plus now. So what this has done basically is that the amount of people in this program, totally, they've earned over $250,000. And I just put it at $250,000 because it's smaller than, it's a quarter, right? It's more like an even number and the rest of that. But it's been more than that. Like collectively, they've closed over that amount in gigs, right? Some of them earning $2,000 per month, some of them earning $1,000 per month, $3,000 per month, and the rest of that. In fact, as early as last week, I'm recording this video on February 13th. As early as last week, I stayed awake with one of my students last night because she was confused on closing a deal, to help her close a writing deal of $3,000 monthly. That's $15,000 basically for 5 months. $15,000 for 5 months. So it's split. If you break that up, it's $3,000 monthly for 5 months. Okay. So this I'm showing you that this works, and everything I'm going to show you guys here. Now, to help you decide if this is for you, let me show you what you get when you join us or when you join this program as a new member today. All right. So in section number 1, the first thing you'll get is the beginner-friendly Upwork mastery course that is designed to take you from $0 to $6,000 in 4 months or less. Okay. Now this has done it for me. It has done it for my students and the rest of that. Okay. Now inside this, there's a glimpse of what you learn. You learn how to set up your Upwork account so you can get approved instantly. Upwork doesn't just allow anyone to join your platform, and I'll show you guys how you can do this so that you don't have to struggle with that, right? Aside that, you learn the correct way to set up your Upwork profile so that your Upwork algorithm is noticed. This way, you'll be getting job invites. You don't have to be applying 247. Job invites will come to you, close them, and you work with these clients, right? And you also set it in a way that when you send something to proposal, obviously, when you send a proposal before a client hires you, they view your profile. And when they read through it and they're like, oh, well, this guy is cool, this girl is cool, I need to work with this person, right? I'll be showing you guys methods that you can use to do this, right? Live video examples, walk through step by step. Beginner, like even if you're a beginner, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? Now, I'll also be teaching you guys the client vetting process, how to vet clients on Upwork, right? You don't want to start after, you see, like I told you, freelance platforms are small, listen, but for Upwork, there's a way you can actually, let me know if you guys can relationship with this, a way you can actually separate yourself from the rest by not applying for people who are paying peanuts, right? People who are paying $5 per hour, who are paying $10 for a project and $20 for a project, right? I'll show you guys how you guys can do this and avoid it. So that's where that's why you'll be able to achieve these results, $0 to $6,000 in 4 months or less. Now, I'm also going to show you guys the right way to write job winning proposals that will get you interviewed and the rest of that. And I'll also show you guys how to handle interviews and the rest of that. That's all you'll be getting in section number 1. Now, moving on to the next one, section number 2, what you'll be learning is a LinkedIn outbound client acquisition masterclass, how anyone can find and close high-paying clients on LinkedIn without relying on luck, guys. Basically, I'll show you guys how you guys can use the LinkedIn search function to find clients that are going to pay you well, people relevant to your industry, clients that are prospective that you can offer your valuable service to or valuable skill to, and the rest of that, and they'll pay you, right? I will show you guys how to I will show you how to set up a LinkedIn profile that stands out. I will show you code messaging techniques, templates for reaching out to recruiters, reaching out to decision makers, and the rest of that. You will get all of that when you get in on this today. All right. Now, let's move on to the next one. Section number 3, what to learn is the Facebook client acquisition system. How to find more clients than you ever need on Facebook. That's when you're there. Now, I feel like at this point, it's important that I let you know that you are not going to have to pay anything again once you get in on this program. Like, it requires 0 startup capital. And that's the things you want to focus on. Okay. So inside this, you'll get stuff like a list of highly profitable Facebook groups that you can join and pitch to. There's no need for you to struggle all day because if you've been on some Facebook groups, you see there are plenty mad groups like where people in these groups. I'll show you the ones targeted and focused on entrepreneurs where you can go there, position yourself, and you'll be seeing at least $2,000 per month and stuff like that, right, guys? So I'll also show you how to set up a Facebook profile as a freelancer or someone offering a service. I'll show you how to find ready to hire clients on Facebook, people who are looking for your services right here, right now. I'll show you guys how you can get that. I'll show you guys how to use Facebook groups to your advantage. I'll show you how to take clients from different parts of Facebook, draw them to your timeline, and from your timeline, draw them to your inbox, close them, and work with them. So this is what you'll be getting for the client acquisition aspect. And in the future, I'm going to update cold emailing and the rest of that. And if you get it today, you're not going to need to pay anything extra. You basically get it for free once you get it today. But that's not all, guys. I wanted to make this really simple for beginners and those who don't have any digital skills yet. I don't want you to say, well, I can't take this because I don't know, I don't have a skill and the rest of that. So here's what you will get when you get it today. You will get high income skill number 1. Just in case you don't know what a high income skill is. A high income skill is basically a skill where you are paid thousands of dollars for it, and not just being paid thousands of dollars for it, it's also constantly in high demand. That's what makes something a high income skill. So what you want to know is first, the kick-ass copywriting course. This is going to be taken by me. Basically, in the kick-ass copywriting course, you will learn how to write clear and concise copy, how to use big ideas to frame your copywriting process, how to write headlines and the rest of that, how to a full detailed breakdown on Facebook or writing Facebook ads, a modern collection of winning direct response copywriting samples, how to craft sales letters that can get your clients money, how to write emails. Like, you will learn so many things. You will learn my research process. You will learn how to write bullet points. Basically, this is going to take you from I don't know what copywriting is to them. I wrote a good copy and my clients made over $10,000 for this. So they were happy to pay me $1,000, $2,000 or $1,000 for writing that sales letter. Okay. And then you get what I'm trying to say, right? So this is what you will get in the Kick-Ass Copywriting course, high income skill number 1. And there's so much more. I can't cover everything up here, but I'm giving you guys a glimpse. I'm giving you a glimpse of what you get when you get on this. Okay. Now on high income skill number 2, next thing you're going to learn is the content writing and content marketing crash course. Learn how to create and write simple content that goes viral for businesses. Now, what you learn here is how to write engaging content that impress business owners. You will learn how to write SEO optimized content, basic of SEOs and how to incorporate it into your writing, the beginner's guide to writing emails, the beginner's guide to writing social media posts, beginner's guide to writing blog posts, common writing styles that you can leverage on as a content writer, and so much more, right? I also teach you how to create a content calendar. Basically, there's something content writers do that most people have slept on. This is basically you approach a company, you be like, I'll create a content calendar for your blog post and everything based on what kind of businesses you do. Like if you can create a content calendar from now to the end of the year and write all the content for that, I promise you guys, you won't, if you earn too low on this type of gig, you are earning no less than $3,000, guys. So this, especially if it's a huge if it's a big business you get to. So I'm going to show you guys how you can actually utilize that and you'll be able to actually do that by yourself. Now, the next high income skill you learn is the full stack digital marketing course. And what you learn in here is basically brand identity, email marketing for beginners and pros, social media marketing, Twitter marketing, Facebook marketing, video marketing, YouTube marketing, all areas of this. Basically, most of the make money online things have to do with digital marketing. And imagine getting all that knowledge on this course, right? You'll be able to get it when you get it on the high paid freelancer premium program today. Now, high income skill number 4 you learn is social media marketing school. How anyone can use the power of social media to get clients and build businesses. Now, in this, what you learn is introduction to social media marketing for beginners, how to get your first social media marketing clients, how to get kick-ass results for your social media marketing clients, and the rest of that. Right? So many things. I had a student who yesterday, when he contacted me, he closed a deal of $2,600. It was for social media marketing. So this is giving you a glimpse of how much you can earn. There's so much more leverage to this. I also have another skill. I also have another student actually, but that was in 2019. I actually not even, that was in 2020. I actually not actually really coming out to say, hey, this is freelance. I'm trying to make money. I'm just making my money on the low. And this is one advantage. Because if you're an introvert like me, you don't need to come out. You can make your serious money, millions, and from the comfort of your house without anyone knowing what you're doing, right? So basically, during that time, she asked me what she could do to increase her earnings, and I gave her what we call a suicide method. It's basically it's a all in or all out type of method. And what she did was she took this idea and implemented it on a Facebook group I recommended to her. And she got over 10 clients who need to pay her $250 to manage just their Instagram account, right? So that was over $2,500 in 1 month from using social media marketing as a social media marketer and the rest of that, right? So this shows you that, hey, this is really lucrative. And so are other skills, high income skills I've mentioned here. Okay. So I'm going to be showing you how YouTube can utilize this, and that secret method I told her about, I will actually teach it to you too. Okay, so the next thing you want to learn is UI UX design for beginners. Inside this, you will learn how to design products from scratch. You will learn user interface versus user experience, quick keys for fast workflow, Figma organization, color picking method, structural and interactive colors, pricing and working as a UI UX designer, and so many more things. You will get all of this in the UI UX design course, guys. So even if you're a beginner, you take it from that to take. And even if you're a graphic designer and you need to upskill to learn more so you can charge more, this will be what will help propel you forward. All right. The next thing you want to know is that with this knowledge at your fingertips, you can now become a modern day money-making freelance machine, literally. Because you have all this knowledge, you have all these skills on your business. And I feel it's important for you to also know that you are not going to be, you don't need to learn all 5 skills before you start finding clients. All you have to do is pick one. It can be copywriting, it can be content writing, it can be digital marketing, it can be UI UX design, or any of that. Learn it and sell it. And if you already have a skill, better. You will get results faster than those who don't have a skill. Like in 2 weeks or less, you can see results. depending on how fast you implement and how well you implement, right? Compared to those who have to learn a skill, those who have and take or maybe want to upskill. This is what this is for. And there are also other skill sets, but these are the 5 major ones I want to show you. There's also funnel designs, how you can learn how to design funnels. There's also YouTube mastery, where you can learn how to monetize YouTube and the rest. You can offer these as services for people who are starting on the YouTube channel and the rest of that, okay? But if you get the high-paid freelancer premium product today, I want to add in some extra bonuses for you, right? Now, the first bonus you'll get is full access to the members area. So you can ask questions, get in touch with me, and have companions on your journey, basically, okay? This is important because I can tell you guys, freelancing is simple, and I would love to say easy. But sometimes it's possible for you to send 10 proposals, 20 proposals, 30 proposals, and you won't get a response. This is me being honest with you. And in that case, you want to know, hey, what am I doing wrong? You need to be in a community where there are other freelancers. You need to have access to maybe someone who has done this for years. And I will also be in this members area. So you'll be able to ask me questions. You will have direct access to me with this, okay? You will have direct access to me on WhatsApp with this and the rest of that, okay? So now let's get on to free bonus number 2, which is how to get your first clients in 2 weeks on the strong video. Basically, with this bonus, what I do is I show you what I would do if I had to start from the beginning and get my first clients in 2 weeks, 1 week, or even less time than that. I will show you a case study of what I would do, okay? And you can use it too and implement it. Now, bonus number 3 is you get access to periodic meetings and masterminds to help you find your feet faster. Basically, what you get in here is I have over 500 students, right? And every now and then, even if it's once or twice a month, we get in on masterminds, we get in on meetings where we talk about either we can even do live copywriting review, we can review your writing and the rest of that, or we can talk about finding clients and the rest of that. Now, if you get in today, you will get access to all of this. And not only get access to all of this, you get access to the previous ones we've held, the recordings of this, okay? And the next thing you want to get is free bonus resource search for closer secrets, how to close more deals by asking the right questions. You see, when you start implementing the methods I'm going to show to you guys, you are going to talk with a lot of foreigners, like on chats. It doesn't have to be on call, but you're obviously still going to get on call once in a while, right? And you want to be able to ask the right questions to diagnose and make them, there's a way you ask someone the question and they're like, this guy understands where I'm trying to hold my problem. They understand my problem and I would love to work with this person. So this is what this bonus does for you, okay? It helps your marketing game to close more deals by asking the right questions. Now, the next free bonus you get from me, if you get it today, is simply the $0 to $2,000 challenge. Now, I held this challenge for my students back in November 2021, and within that month till like this thing, I had so many students surpass this. Like, they surpassed this. I had someone who he DM'd me earlier this year. I was like, he didn't really start, but he started in January. From January to February, which is like the date I'm recording this, he has made over $10,000, right? So you see that this is going to push you forward. And what you get is all the live teachings I did, all the live classes I held with them, all the assignments I gave them, all the templates I gave them, all the advice I gave them to help them achieve this. Like this on its own is like a full stack course on its own, and you will get it totally for free when you get it today. And the last bonus I'll be giving you, which is the free bonus research at 6, 3 payment methods to receive your money. Now, obviously, when you get into this, you're going to start making money. And once you start making money, you're going to need a way for you to actually get your money, right? You need a way to get money. You don't want to make $1,000, but you came to do $1,000, and you want to get it in an exchange rate, and bank is telling you, oh, it's only $410 we offer per dollar, right? $410 we offer per dollar. So $1,000 now will be around 410K or 420K. Whereas if you use the parallel market rate, you $1,000 like 570K. So imagine you losing over 150K because of a bad exchange rate. You wouldn't want that. And I'll show you guys how you guys can utilize this, okay? Now, as you can see right here, I've given everything you need to take your first step on a freelancer's path to earning at least $1,000 per month. And this works even if you don't have much experience, without you needing a degree, without you needing to wait for years at a Nigerian job, without you being the most gifted in your industry, without you relying on luck. Like, this works even if you have no skill on this thing, because I have made provisions for that. We've made provisions for that for you, okay? So the next thing I want to do is please note that all these materials are in video, PDF, and recording formats. Majority, in fact, like about 90% is actually in video materials, where it's a hands-on. It's not theory. This is practical. I'll show you how to do these things step by step. You see my screen and you see how I did everything step by step, okay? Now the next thing you want to do is How much does it cost to enroll for the HPF Premier Program, right? The High Paid Freelancer Premier Program. How much will it cost you today? Now, I would love to ask you guys. You guys have seen some of the testimonials of my students, and I'll show you guys more currently. Now, how much do you think it will want for you to actually get in on this program? How much do you think it will cost you? Now, if you want to learn digital marketing or copywriting, any of this single-handedly, it costs you over 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira, and the rest of that. Now, imagine you getting all of this in one lesson. And I'm not talking about, this is not mediocre stuff. This is high ticket stuff that you can use. You get to keep the knowledge from now and forever. And the rest of that, how much do you think you charge for this program, right? Now, before we continue, I want you to see this also. So you can see, it says Walter Mons at 2,000. I closed a deal offline at 467,000 naira, right? And closing basic gig 7,000 naira and $250 per month. So, and you can see that all of this was made within like 2 weeks. So it shows you that the methods I teach you guys here are crazy, insanely profitable, and they help you get stuff, right? You can see this one says it's been stressful, but I'll soon be able to complete $2,000 challenge. These are students who took off, they implement them and the rest of that, right? And you see, I've earned at $1,600 so far, and I believe I'll be able to cross it for the end of the year. And you can see how this shows you, because even if you pay $500 and you make $1,600, you've basically made 3 times the investment you made, right? And that's one thing I want you guys to know, to show you that even if this was priced at 100,000, 200,000, it will still be a fair justification for the amount of value you get, and how you know that possibly your first client can be $1,000, $2,000, $500, and above that, right? So you want to think about this, okay? And also, if you look at this testimony, you can see it's all thanks to you. I've been on October since last year, and I've earned only $200, right? And it shows you how fast you can actually get progress in this. Basically, if you're struggling for like a whole year, as a freelancer, get it on the page. When you get to this program, you'll be able to accelerate your progress really, really fast and get this. And then there's one more testimonial I'm going to show you guys, and it goes, bro, I owe you a lot. Ever since I took your advice, I've been getting lots of interviews, and I finally got a project to design the website for $1,300. $1,300 is it's around about almost 700,000 naira, if not 700,000 naira today's exchange rates. So guys, you see that this is so much valuable, because your first job you get after getting this program can be just like this guy, $1,300. It can be less, it can be more. I'm not going to say it's going to be, it can be $500, right? It can even be $300. $300 at today's exchange rate is 150,000 naira. But basically, it shows you how profitable this can be, because you're not going to get only one job, you're going to get more jobs. Imagine if you take this program and the first job you get is a $1,000 monthly listing. So for the next 10 months, you make $10,000, right? You're making so much more, guys. You're making so much more. Even if I charge the $500, you've made over times 10 your investments and the rest of that, and over time. And yes, you make over 100 times your investment. So you guys see what I'm talking about, okay? So if you get in today, you get it for the price of only 35,000 naira. You will pay only 35,000 naira. And here is the thing, this is not going to be up forever. At some point, the price is going to increase, right? It can be whether it hits the requirement of a certain number of students or the rest of that. And I want you guys to know that this course is not written in stone. Basically, what I mean is that it's constantly being upgraded to help you guys achieve more. And if you get it today, you're not paying anything for any of the upgrades. You're not going to pay anything again. Remember what I said, this requires no startup capital. You don't need to pay anything and the rest to utilize everything I'm going to be showing you guys here, okay? So you still get everything mentioned here. And just to reiterate, what you will be getting, again, is number one, a beginner-friendly up mastery course that is designed from 0 to 6,000 in 4 months. Just as it has done some of my students. Inside, you will find information broken down in the simplest bit, so that only a complete beginner can understand how to go about it. Here is a glimpse of what you will learn, and the rest of that, right? You will learn stuff like this. You would learn this thing. You would learn the LinkedIn outbound client acquisition masterclass, how anyone can clone high-paying clients on LinkedIn without relying on luck. You would learn the Facebook client acquisition system, how to get more clients without spending time on Facebook. You will learn high-income skills like the Kickers copywriting course. All of this, you are getting this for free you are getting this when you get into this program today. The Kickers copywriting course, how to write copy as a beginner that will get you more sales and clients than you can ever imagine, right? You will also learn the content writing and content marketing crash course. Like, you get access to these are full stuff, these are full entities on their own. Like, imagine trying to learn any of this individually outside this program. I'm telling you that you will see people, nobody will charge you less than 50,000 naira. And I'm showing you guys this, and you also get the full stack digital marketing course. You get the social media marketing school and social media marketing course. You will get the UI UX design course for beginners. If you are into graphics design or web design, this will also interest you. Like when you get the UI UX course, it will interest you and the rest of that. Now, for the bonus, the next thing you get is full access to the members area, so you can ask questions, get in touch with me, and have companions on your journey. Right. The second thing you will get is how to get your first clients in 2 weeks or less. That's bonus number 2. And access to periodic meetings and mastermind, so you can get your feet faster. You will also get the 0 to 2K challenge. You will get these closer secrets, how to close more deals by asking the right questions. You will also get 3 payment methods to receive your money. All of these combined together when you join the High Page Freelancer Premium Program today at just 35,000 Naira, simply. So what you want to do, if you want to pay, you simply use the link provided in the chat box, or you click on the link provided on the page below to make a payment now. Now, like I said earlier, this is not going to be 35,000 Naira forever, and that's just me being honest with you. And I'm not saying that, hey, it's going up next week, it's going up tomorrow, and the rest of that. And as I think you're watching it might be going up next week and the rest of that. But I'm telling you to take advantage of this now, because it's definitely going to go up, and I can guarantee that it's not going to take a long time for this to happen, right? And one more thing I want you to know. There are some more testimonials from my students that I got as of this morning, right? This was yesterday when I created this slide, when I made this slide, right? And you can see it goes over here. It's from Peter, and it says, Walter, how are you? Remember this? Then don't hire Misha, $2,000 per month, a design role. Guys, you pay for a program at 35,000 Naira and you make $2,000 per month. $2,000 per month in 10 months is $20,000. $20,000 is around 10 million Naira, if not more. It's more, actually. So imagine that, guys, right? Imagine a 35,000 Naira program making you 10 million Naira in less than a year. So I want you to understand this. And you can see this guy says, you say, I saw one scam with post on your update and rest. And you can see what this person says, right? $1,300, $1,500, and what this person has earned, right? And he says, I saw one scam post on your updates yesterday about people calling you a scam and the rest of that. These are people who have taken my teachings and used them to achieve a lot. And now here is Arneti Efio. This was the guy who closed the social media marketing gig, right? At $2,600, right? And you can see that the program of the 5,000 Naira making you that on just your first gig you close is insane, because $2,000 is around 1.5 million. I think, okay, 1.1 million with the extra 400, which is about 1.3 million basically on 35,000 Naira, guys. That's more than 10 times, 20 times your return on investment. And the best thing about this is that you still get to keep all the knowledge. And not only do you keep all the knowledge, you get to close more gigs. This person is going to advance more than this. Person is going to close a gig of $5,000 in the future and the rest of that. And all from one program, okay? So I'm showing you guys how lucrative this is and how it works. There are video testimonials of how my students do, but I can't play them here. But you can go on then you click on the link, you'll be able to see them and watch them for yourself, right? Yeah. Hundreds of students have achieved these same results, and you too can be a part of that when you get in on the High Page Freelancer Premium Program today, okay? Now, simply use the link below. You see a link below this, and when you're watching this video, you see a link below. Simply use that link there to make the payments, okay? Now, let's talk about frequently asked questions, guys. Because I'm sure after this whole thing, I'm sure you might have some questions you'd like to ask, right? So the first question I usually get is, can I do this with my phone? And the answer to this is simple. Yes, you can do this with your phone. It all depends on what skill you're offering, right? Like I said earlier, if you are doing UI UX design, obviously you can't do that on your phone. If you're doing video editing, you can't really do that on your phone and the rest of that. But if you are writing other article writing, content writing, and some of these other free skills that you can do with your phone, yes, you can start it and you can make thousands of dollars and get yourself a laptop. You don't need to wait to make $1,000. You can get a laptop for 140K today. It's going to be really good, okay? And the next thing is, when is this program starting, or has it started already? And you can see that it is an online program that will always be available so long as this page stops. So as long as you're watching this video currently, this program should still be available. And anytime you join, you'll get access to all the materials and bonuses later. You would get access to, like I told you, the recordings and the future ones we're going to have and meetings and the rest of that. Okay, so this is another question that I usually get. Now, the thing I get again is, what if I have a job or I'm a busy student? Can I do this on the side? And the answer to this is simple. If you are going to be doing this, you need just at least 2 hours a day. Now, if you can't spend up to 2 hours a day, I don't want you in my program, right? Because you won't be able to get tangible results as fast as you should. Now, the reason I say this is that if you take 2 hours a day, you can, instead of taking hourly jobs, what you can do is you can take projects. And with projects, we just need to choose that 2 hours on a day where you are free and where you feel like you're most productive and work on it and deliver to your clients. And they pay you $500, $1,000, or whatever it is you charge for that project. So even if you're working 9 to 5 or you're a student, you can make out time for this to do it, learn a skill. Even if you're dedicating only 2 hours a day to start learning skills and everything. And over time, you'll be able to see results that you'll be extremely proud of. Okay? So now, what if I don't have a digital skill? That's not a problem because there are 5 higher income skills I've shown you guys earlier on this class, and you can learn it, okay? And we are working on adding more. So if you get it now, you will get this update for free. And that's basically it. It's going, at some point, it's going to get to 10. And if you get it today, you're not going to pay extra to have access to this, right? So that's another thing I want you to know. And then, am I going to pay for anything else after this? No, absolutely not. Upon payment, you won't be asked to pay for anything else. Neither will you need to, neither does this require a startup cost. Basically, you're not going to say, I'm going to pay money to register on Upwork, I'm going to pay money to register on LinkedIn. You're not going to do any of that, okay? These are methods that you don't need to pay any money and you're going to acquire clients by providing value and your skills to them. Now, how long until I get my first client and start making money? Oh, yes, what is, oh, yes, this is a dicey question again, because I could easily tell you that you will make your money in 2 weeks or less. And I have proof to back it up. I've shown you some of them on this call, on this class. But here is the thing you need to know. Not everyone is going to get their first client that fast. Some might take a month or might take more. And that's the truth. That's the reality of it. Not everyone is going to get. And it also depends on how fast you can implement. How fast can you implement? How fast can you assimilate and the rest of that? That will determine how fast you get your skill. Okay, so there's so many things it takes, right? Yeah, these are the factors. But once I can guarantee you that if you focus on implementing recently and patiently what I show you, you will get paying clients upwards of $1,000 per project and lots more as demand for your work grows. Probably much sooner than you expect. And that's the reality. Most of the steps you see here, it's within their first week on the program to basically their first month. These are where the results are coming in from. So it gives you an idea of how fast you can get. And if you have the skill already, this is going to only be faster for you after 2 months. Yeah, sure, some people will take them longer, and that's fine too. The main thing that the battle is against poverty, guys, and you have to think long term. Let's say, okay, you start today. Today is February, right? And you start today, and you make only what do we call it? You make only by next 2 months, you are making only $1,000 per month, and that's fine. That's 570,000 there. But like next year, you've improved on the rest of that, and you're making at least $5,000 per month. So you see how the compound interest and law of this thing can work in your favor. So this is what I'm trying to let you know, right? So I'm not going to say, hey, if you get this program today, next 1 week, don't get your first clients. That's not how it works, right? But like I've shown you from the proof and everything you've seen, people have gotten so much results in fast times, and this can be used to you when you get into the. Okay, so is this program only for copywriters? And no, I usually got this question a lot, and I feel the need to say it no, as you can see on the testimonials. In fact, all the testimonials I shared for you on this call, I don't think I think only one of them was a copywriter, right? So you can see that there's so many different skills. Like the people are doing virtual assistant, people are doing video editing, people are doing web design. So it doesn't matter if you're any of these things. These steps in this program will help you acquire clients so much more, okay? And then you want to know how long will I have access to this program and everything else you promised once I sign up today. Basically, when you get it today, you are getting a lifetime access to everything. So you can relax and go through it at your own pace. Let's say you see a busy person and, okay, I want to get it today before the price increases. So maybe next week I'll start going through it. This is for you. You can get it down. You get lifetime access to it always. Go to the mentorship group, go to the members area, everything. You get access to it, okay? Now, how long will it take me to go through this program and start implementing? Now, this depends on your hunger. Usually, it takes anywhere from 2 weeks for my students to actually go through what they want, right? And if you already have the skill, it's also going to be faster for you. So it's entirely up to you guys. It's entirely up to you. So if you try to spend 2 hours a day, or you try to spend 4 hours a day or 6 hours a day, you know the more time you spend, the faster your results will come. And if you are busy with other things, other parts of making money, but the rest of it, you are busy with other methods of making money, but you're still bringing out 2 hours of this again, you will still get enviable results, but it won't be as fast as if you're spending 6 hours on it a day, right? So that's basically what I want to tell you. So that's it. But ideally, it shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks to go through it, okay? Now, do I need to go through every section of the program before I get my first clients or start making money? I think the question I get because People feel like you have to learn copywriting, content writing, UI, UX, and these are all those things before you start making money. No, you don't. All you need to do is pick one of them, learn it, and start offering that skill as a service to others. And the next thing you want to know also is that basically, if you already have a skill, it's going to be faster for you. Either ways, this works for whether you have a skill or you don't have a skill, whether you're a university graduate or you're a dropout like me, whether you feel like you don't know book like that, or whether you feel like you can't talk to foreign clients or whatever excuse, it doesn't matter. All that matters is your hunger to actually succeed doing this thing of ours. Okay, becoming a high-paid freelancer from Nigeria. You don't need to change locations. You don't need to say I'm from. You don't need to lie about where you're from. Okay, all my students who are continuous results, they put their location there in Nigeria, and foreign clients work with them and pay them thousands of dollars, and this will be you too when you get into today. Okay. Now, only question I get is, are you going to be the one teaching all these high income skills? And aside from the kick-ass copywriting course and content writing marketing course, I want to be the one teaching the other high income skills. So the digital marketing, I'm not going to be the one teaching it. The UI UX design, I'm not a UI UX designer, so I can't be the one teaching it. So, and then the social media marketing, I won't be the one teaching it, even though I have so much knowledge about social media marketing, right? Because if you remember the story I told you at the beginning of this, that's actually one of the first ways I started as a copywriter slash social media marketer, right? So this is great stuff, right? Now, for the rest of the program, down to all the bonuses you get, down to all the Facebook section, the LinkedIn section, the Upwork and everything, I'll be the one taking this, right? And I'll be taking these two high courses. So apart from these three things I just mentioned, which is the digital marketing, social media marketing, and UI UX design, I am the one teaching you everything step by step on my screen or via PDF, a book I wrote or something, showing you how to achieve this, okay? So that's the next question. And it goes, will the price of this program increase anytime soon? And the answer is yes. Where will it increase? I don't know. There are certain things it has to hit for me to increase. It doesn't even have to be the number of students. It can be, let's say, the number of students can be, I'm adding something more excited to it and the rest of that. Or basically, I can just decide to increase it, right? Because I would like to, if you've gone through everything, you've seen what I've shown you guys, you've seen the results my students are getting and everything, you will know that this is severely underpriced at 35,000 already, and you can do way more than that in the future. Okay. So moving forward, he said, hopefully I have been able to answer all your questions, and I believe this should answer all the questions and doubts you have, right? And if you and basically this should be it. We have reached you and approaching the end of this webinar, right? And whatever you decide, it's entirely up to you. But I just want you to know that there are two people. If you are too scared to take a decision, you will be where you are currently next year. But if you take a decision now, you won't regret it, especially if you are the kind of person who takes action and implements everything they learn. So I'm not going to have basically show you everything that you need to know, and the decision is up to you to decide. You decide where you want to be in 3 months from now, in 10 months from now, in 1 year from now, in 2 years from now. It can all start with simply clicking the button down below and getting in the high-paid freelancer premium program. It's entirely up to you. And if you wish to join us, simply click on the button below and I will see you inside.